everybody, Rachel here, and welcome back to the Northern Sew Sisters channel. So there's a little bit of a story behind today's vlog, and this is our next instalment of the All Set to Sew Learn to Dressmake subscription run by the lovely Nicola from All Set to Sew, which was previously Little Miss So and So, and a collaboration with Donna from Size Me Sewing. So if you remember, we are on month, I'm going to put it at the bottom because I can't remember, but this is a monthly subscription where you can receive a beautiful box of everything you need to create a Size Me Sewing garment, and this month's project is the Vienne dress by Size Me Sewing. So what you get in your kit is you get the pattern, you get the fabric, you get all the notions that you need to put this beautiful dress together. Now, we've had a little bit of a mishap this month in the fact that the intro that we had filmed for this vlog has gone walkabouts. So I'm here to quickly introduce our completed garments, because each of us, Ruan, Tamlyn and myself, have made this beautiful dress, and we wanted to chat to you to share our thoughts on each of our creations and show you them. So that's where we are. I'm going to link to the All Set to Sew subscription down below in the description box so you can go and check it out for yourselves. So I'm going to leave it there, and we're going to head over to the three of us to show you our completed beautiful Vienne dresses.
And so here we are. We've all made our Vienne dresses. We
have.
Ta-da! I think we're all looking rather pretty. I think we all look really different as well, actually, because of our fabric choices. So
and maybe a bit different to how we usually look. I don't know, looking at these fabrics, it's not like typical us choices, is it?
Yeah. But I think that's probably what's quite nice about it, is because you've only got a certain selection of fabrics. Yeah. Sometimes it's kind of pushing you out of the comfort zone as well, isn't it? But
so you don't just go predictable like what you
because I've gone a little bit more, I don't know, demure's not the word, but that's what's coming to my head.
I think demure really is the word.
A little bit more plain and simple and ladylike, that I feel
classy.
Really, I feel a bit like dressed up when I'm wearing this. So I've actually been wearing it to work, to like meetings and things like that, and I've had a lot of compliments, so yeah, I've been really pleased with it. But I don't know if it's the sort of dress, because of the fabric, that I would go out in. Maybe if it was in leopard print, maybe. But yeah, I think I might try it in another fabric that's kind of more my style as well. Yeah, but it fits for what I want it for a work wardrobe, so I was quite happy with that.
Yeah. I was pleasantly surprised making this, actually, because I think I've been putting off putting it together, because I thought, I don't really know if that design really does anything for me, and I don't mean in how it looks on me. It was as in
your style sort of thing.
Yeah, just as in, I'm not really sure if it's for me. And then when I made it and put it on, I thought, I really love it.
Gorgeous. Yeah,
I really like it. So I mean,
a success.
I wore this on a day out in York last week and really loved wearing it, and it's just
I think the fabric choice as well actually is very you as well, so it's quite like almost playful, isn't it? It's got the really nice colours in it, a really nice navy based tone, and I think
I love that vibrant purple.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah.
Whereas I've made this twice previously, so this wasn't like new to me. I kind of knew what I was expecting. It's maybe a bit of a different fabric to what I would usually choose. I don't usually wear green as such.
It really suits you. It does. When you walked in with it, I was like, oh, really. But
I really like it. So yeah, the whole experience of making it wasn't new. It wasn't a surprise. I kind of knew what to expect. I did make a different size this time on the top, and I don't entirely know if that was a correct choice or not. I'm not sure. So the first Vienne that I made, I felt the fit was brilliant, and I was really happy with it. The second Vienne that I made, the shoulder seams like crept in here, like the arms crept in, so I felt like it was pulling across here, and I didn't know if that was just because I've been like working out and building muscle and getting a bit hench, So I decided to size up this time on the bodice, and actually I think probably it is right, because that does seem to be pretty much sitting just about right. But I maybe feel like it's a little bit loose around here like yours is, and on the back. So I don't know, I'm not sure.
I think it looks really nice.
It
doesn't look
nice.
You know, baggy round here or anything, whereas I think for me, mine feels a little bit, I mean, my neckline looks a lot wider And mine drops down quite a lot, so I think
Yeah.
I might, when I make my next one, I'm going to size down a little bit on the bust, because I went with my actual body measurements for the bust and the hips. I was in between two sizes, so I actually went down a size because there was plenty of ease in it. But I think waist and hips, absolutely I'd go with that, but I think maybe the bust might go down one size next time and just see how it, I mean, it does sit really well here though, to be fair. I am a little bit worried that if I size down, but the neck, it feels a little bit baggy here, so I just want to try maybe going down one size on the top. But it's really nice pattern actually, because you've got like the floaty part at the top, but then actually it skims your figure really nicely on the hips, doesn't it?
That's what drew me to the Vienne originally, because it was the whole, when that buffet dress style was really in, and I guess kind of still is, but when it was really becoming popular, that smocky kind of style, and I was like, it's just not for me at all, because it doesn't show, because I like to accentuate the waist. But then I saw this pattern and I was like, oh, the way that elastic sits there brings you in and does give you that like sleek look there, but you've still got the blousey look on top, like you were saying, and then you've got the gathered bit at the bottom, and
and
it's
I
like
think
a mix of all.
The top tier of the skirt is not really billowy, is it? It's actually not fitted, but it like you say, it skims your figure, doesn't it? Because I was in between sizes as well, and I sized down because I didn't want a really voluminous silhouette with this pattern. So I'm glad I did that, and the fit for me everywhere is pretty. And
I like where the second tier kind of hits your body as well. So you've obviously got your first tier, but then it's like past your bum.
It doesn't ignore your widest part,
so it has the weight of the fabric on it, which I think is really nice and skims, and then you've got your gathering. So there's not an awful lot of fabric around your middle as such, which is quite nice actually. So I'm happy with my dress.
Yeah, I love mine. I love the way the pockets are constructed. So the pockets, I'll stand up and show you. So the pockets are like really sleek and they don't stick out at all. Let's see if I can even find them. There we go. But they're completely like secured in here and here. So you haven't just got a bit flapping around in the middle. It's all like secured in, and that pocket shape is like that there. So I just find the pockets like a really good size, but really secure and really sleek. They don't add bulk at all. So yeah, I love the pockets.
And it came together really quite quickly.
I think it does.
It wasn't a really extensive make, considering you've got gathering and you've got the bodice and then two tiers. I mean, I've made a lot of dresses with two tiers where it's taken me a long time. But it didn't seem to take me as long on this version. And then obviously at the back you've got like a little loop and a button, and then the sleeves kind of come down to around elbow length, don't they? With then a little piece of elastic that goes round, so that it sits really nice.
I really like that little detail, because she could have left the sleeves just straight, or just even done, you know, a little bit of elastic at the hem, but she's done it sort of a bit further up, and it's a nice little touch, isn't it? Nice little detail.
Yeah, definitely. I did struggle, the bit that I did struggle with though was inserting the elastic, because it's quite a narrow elastic and you have to do a zigzag on it. I did struggle a little bit on the construction of it on the arms. I mean, I managed it and it looks absolutely fine, but when I was doing it I found that quite fiddly, because you have to pull your elastic while you're doing the zigzag stitch, and there wasn't enough elastic for me to pull the last bit of it. So then there ended up being a little bit of a gap where my seam is, but you can't see that anyway, because obviously
I know we were chatting about this earlier, weren't we? And there's no casing for your elastic, both on the waist and on the arms on this pattern, and we're a bit on the fence about how we feel about that. The effect looks great because we're wearing prints, but I think if you were wearing a plain fabric, did this in a plain fabric, I don't know how I'd feel about that. I think you'd have to get it absolutely accurate.
Yeah, it might look a little bit messy.
I think if I was to do it again, I might just elongate the elastic length. So you've got a little bit more to hold on to, so that you've got a bit of an overlap, and then you can always chop it off at the end.
Because what I found, particularly on the sleeves, is because obviously you want to try and get that distance from the hem accurate all the way around when you're attaching the elastic, and what I found was when you're pulling it, the elastic moves, so it's wanting to sort of move.
I think it's always a tricky one though, isn't it, when you're working with elastic and you're actually sewing onto elastic. Same with even when you're doing a waistband and you're having to pull it through as you do it. It's always a little bit tricky, but I think as a beginner it's a good skill to kind of try out as well, because I think on the other patterns that we've done so far on the course, this is a new part of it, isn't it?
It's a good technique to introduce.
Absolutely.
I think as a project for the fourth step of the course, I think it's a really great project, like to make a dress like this, which is quite simple, but it has got a few different techniques in there.
And I think this dress is a nice one to complement any body shape as well. So I really like, you know, how you've got a little bit of looseness around here. It's not skin tight, and although it does make the silhouette look really nice, I just think it's a really clever way of doing it. And I'm really pleased with it. I wasn't sure if it was going to be for me, and I was a bit like that, wasn't I, when I first made it, because I made mine actually quite a long time ago now. But then I've worn it more and more at work, and every time I've worn it I've got compliments, so I think I might make it in a leopard print.
I think you should.
I think you should totally. I think as well it's a real what I would call a ready to wear style. So you know like with a lot of patterns, they're not the kind of thing that you see in the shops, but this would pass for something you would pick off a shelf in a shop.
And you could hack the sleeves quite easily, couldn't you, to have just short sleeves or nice billowy sleeves even. I think that I might try that for next winter, extending the sleeve and having like elastic casing at the bottom and having it, you know, a bit like the Marnie sleeve, just so that you've got a bit more coverage on the arms for the winter period as well. So, but I mean, the construction of it, I didn't have any particular issues. I didn't think it was a difficult make.
No, and I think you've always got the video to watch with Donna's patterns. So I think if there are a couple of elements in the instructions, like I did find an error in one of the instructions where it doesn't actually tell you to sew a bit together, it tells you to pin them, and then it just assumes that you've then sewn them. But if you've got the video alongside it, that does make it clear what you are actually doing. So I would recommend watching the videos alongside doing it,
especially if you're a beginner. I think having the videos there and Donna talking you through each step, it is like being in a bit of a class, isn't it? Classroom environment, so you're actually visually seeing it happen rather than looking at a 2D picture. So I absolutely love online tutorials, so it's all for me, is that.
But yeah, this is a success, I think. We're all really happy with it, and we definitely recommend the pattern. So yeah, if you are interested in taking part in the Learn to Dressmake course, we do have a code to get half price.
Off your first
50% off your first month. And are we going to put the code on the screen?
I will.
We will.
We'll put the code on the screen and in the description box, because we can't remember it off the top of our heads.
We don't want to get it wrong. We've slept since then. But yeah, we hope that you like seeing it on us. We will do a little bit of a video at the end as well, so you can see it full length on us on each of our different bodies. And do let us know if you've taken part in the course as well. It's always good to get some feedback, but we would highly recommend this one.
I would definitely.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.